to all of my guys, girls, gays, days. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ShElite Showcase. I feel like I had to, draw it out. Give the
Really,
people
like
something
Justin
to.
Roberts.
Yeah, gotta give them something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I, of course, am your host with the most, is the shaman of ShElite. Hires working in podcasting, Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
Baby.
Thank you. Joining me, of course, this week, my lovely co-host, the
Yes.
Young Bucks Nation sensation, the fire breathing, the Rhodes family, and the spice of life, the sassiest senorita that I know, the hangman Adam Page to my widow Adam Cole baby, Miss Y2 Garcia Savannah. How are you?
Hot. I mentioned last week, guys, that the AC wasn't working. Well, guess what? It's still not working. It broke again, and our AC unit is officially fried, and it might take weeks to fix. So, luckily, not next week, but I think the week after. So I think what you might have to do with one more episode of hearing if you can hear the fan. It's just this episode and one more, and hopefully by the time we're done with our break and stuff, the AC will be fixed. But until then, I'm gonna be slowly dying of heat stroke. But
Get
it's okay.
you gotta get yourself
The show must go on. Got to do the show.
get one of those like squirt bottle fan things you could use.
I have to. They probably sell them somewhere, especially here in El Paso. So
Um,
because only in El Paso and maybe like Phoenix and Vegas will you have triple digit weather and like at like 9 p.m. We got home at 9 p.m. last night, after being out. It was 100 degrees outside.
it's disgusting.
Like the fucking sun's gone. Why is it so hot?
It's not even like the heat; it's the humidity. That's what's killing it.
Well, actually, because Jesus is like, how the hell are you managing with no city? I'm getting by. We have a bunch of fans. I got my ceiling fan on. I got a desk fan. If you hear the buzzing from the fan, that is why. But no, I'm barely able to manage. I'm slowly dying. That's why I have a bandana. So if I start sweating, God forbid, it'll just be
Absorb it.
concealed. But and exactly. But the back to what Katie said. We don't have as much humidity here in El Paso because we are in a desert. It's dry heat more than like moist heat. So if I was like where Jesus is, like in Houston or Dallas or anything, I'd probably be dying. I would probably not be able to do the show. I would be dead. Just humidity is just awful.
Yeah, like the past few days, the humidity's been really bad here, and like I hate it. And I have no AC in my car, so going to and from work every day is so
dude.
fun. Let me tell you.
That has to suck.
Yeah, it's not a
No,
fun time at all.
yeah. Not as I said, we don't deal with as much humidity as East Texas, so I guess that's one good thing about living.
I mean,
Anyway,
anyways, let's just get on with our news and rumors before Savannah's computer explodes or she passes out of a heat stroke.
one of us exploding, like before one of us explodes, me or my laptop. We'll see. We can place bets to see who does it first.
Just no. We are not placing
Okay,
bets
that's
on that to happen.
okay.
Um, First and foremost, we do want to give our respects to Darren Drozdov, who I
Yes.
did not fully remember until like I did some research. Sadly, he passed away last week, but it was like right after ShElite. I think it was Friday. Sadly, he did
Yeah,
pass away at
everything happens on
54.
Friday.
Yeah, everything happens on Fridays.
So young.
At 54,
So
and
young.
he did have like a career-threatening injury while in the ring that stopped his in-ring career. Obviously, respects, love, all the things. If you pray to the family, do what you gotta do, because that, like she said, that's young and that's so sad. And
Well, it's scary because my dad's gonna be 53 this year, so I'm like the fact that it kind of hit. I was like, holy shit, like that is really
I,
really young, especially
yeah,
again because my dad's like damn near that age himself.
my mom just turned 53 yesterday.
Yes, well, happy birthday to her, but like, yeah,
Happy
it's
birthday,
just
mama.
it's crazy. Like, I know, right? It's crazy. Mama Kinsey, happy birthday, but Jesus Christ, please be careful, Mama Kinsey.
She will be. Don't worry.
Good Lord.
But we'll move on. We'll shift gears here to Money in the Bank, because Money in the Bank was also this past weekend. It was in London,
Woo!
and don't worry, we will be talking about
Oh
London.
my.
But we have a new senior Money in the Bank. Damian Priest
Senor.
won the case, to the chagrin of many people. Look at me pulling out words I barely know. A lot of people were like,
I was like,
LA
alright.
Knight or Riot, which I understand. I love LA Knight, but you have to look at the champions that are in play right now. And I hate this thing where they're like, oh, you can cash in on any champion, including the mid-card titles. No!
Like, why would you do that?
Don't!
Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, no offense. I'm not gonna call it specific. This isn't even about Damian Priest. I think he is world champion material. But just for wrestlers in general, especially if you're a mid-carder, why on earth would you want to not go after the biggest title there is in the company, especially knowing that that's probably, no offense, the only chance you'll ever get at that? Like,
Yeah,
like
it
it
makes some
sounds
sense.
mean, but it's like blunt. It's kind of being frank, you know. Like some mid carders who win the Money in the Bank, like that's probably their only time they probably will have a world championship opportunity. But
Yeah.
I hope Damian Priest does cash in on Seth Rollins because he is kind of in a feud with the Judgment Day. Like no offense to Seth, but I know they're probably not going to let him cash in on Roman Reigns because he's so protected.
Well,
So
plus, like you said, like there's already like this feud within the Judgment Day, like with the Judgment Day and within the Judgment Day. And
I was
plus,
gonna say, I was like, unless Balor costs him, I think Balor might cost him because
I mean, he almost cost him on Monday.
well, he costed him at Money in the Bank. I'm like, what is it with Damian Priest? Okay, first he did it with AJ and Edge. He just stood there, and that cost AJ the match. And then now with Balor, I'm like,
I remember
you have to be a Bullet Club leader for that
arguing
to happen?
with you about
With
Damian Priest
yeah.
being ringside for AJ. I was like, he did it! And we were full on yelling back and forth.
That is probably the most intense, and it really wasn't even that bad because
wasn't.
we were just like, whatever, move on. But like that's probably the most intense, quote intense we've
That's
ever
probably
gotten with
like
each other. But we've never actually argued.
no,
We're
no,
never
no.
gonna probably actually argue. That was the closest you will get.
That's,
and even then, again, we just moved on. Like, okay, let's move on.
Yeah, like that will be like the extent of us like disagreeing on something and me being like, no, stop.
Yeah,
That's basically gonna
know,
be the extent of that.
It just gave me deja vu. Okay, I was like Money in the Bank. I was like, hold up, I've seen this before. It's like the Back to the Future meme. Wait, hold on, I've seen this one. Wait, I've seen this one.
Jesus. But also, you know, when you get a oh wait, hold on. Do y'all think it'll be a total breakup of Judgment Day or just Finn? I think, like I said, I don't remember how long ago I said it. It's gonna be Finn and bobblehead baby Finn are just gonna team up together, and then Damian Priest, Rhea, and Dom are just gonna vibe as a threesome.
I think Finn is probably gonna get kicked out at some point because again, I could see if Priest does not win a championship with the Money in the Bank briefcase, I could see him and Dominic going after the tag titles or something. Like I could see them working together, or they could do kind of like an Undisputed Era thing and get all the gold. So if Priest does get a world championship, then maybe Dominic gets like the U.S. title or whichever one's on Raw. I don't remember.
Him versus Gunther. Yeah.
Good. Never mind. Good luck, Dom Dom. Gunther's gonna chop you. More than he's gonna hurt more than Rey Mysterio's belt whips to your ass on WrestleMania.
But with a Senior Money in the Bank, we get a Mrs. Money in the Bank, who is now the second longest holder of the case. Io Sky.
And the women.
Yeah, for the women. Like, every woman besides Mella
I wasn't...
and Nikki Cross cashed in the next... Well, Nikki was the next night, but hers was just a little longer or later in the night. But Carmella and now Io are, like, the only two who did not wait until the next night or the night of.
Yeah, so that's crazy. But I wasn't expecting it either, but I'm also not mad at it, especially the way they did it. Like
Hmm.
Bailey almost costing Io the case, and then Io at the end handcuffing Bailey to Becky. That was genius. And then of course she goes up the ladder and she's, celebrating victory with the briefcase, and then like Bailey and Becky are just there all sad, all handcuffed. I was like,
That
I
was
wish I was there to see like how that ended, like how they when they uncuffed them, like do you just like,
well, during
okay,
the
let's go.
media scrum, Bailey still had the handcuffed on her wrist, which I thought was funny. Which
That's
I will
funny.
bring up the media scrum in a second. Don't you all worry. Um, and we got some more things happening at Money in the Bank. New, even though they never technically lost the titles because Liv got hurt. Liv and Raquel, new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They have said they will go to all three brands, and them I trust when they say that. And they were naming tag teams down in NXT that they would love to go against, which good, please.
Yeah.
And then we saw a return at Money in the Bank. A certain Scottish gentleman who has been missing
Yeah.
for quite a few months due to many
Mr. All
speculation.
Elite Drew Galloway. Mr. All Elite Drew Galloway
Yeah.
showed up at Money in the Bank.
Drew McIntyre returns and is targeting Gunther for the IC title, which means
I'm
we're
excited.
getting Drew and Gunther at SummerSlam. I'll be there. And
Oh
when
shit.
I tell
Okay.
you, if I can hear Gunther's chops, I'm on the floor, but like I'm kind of far back. How I got floor seats, I don't understand. Um, if I can hear his chops, I'm going to like. I cringe in general when I hear Gunther's chops, but if I hear it live, I might throw
Yeah.
up. Like,
Make them your ringtone. Make them your ringtone because they're so loud and clear. You could
Jesus,
just hear
it's gonna
the
scare the shit out of me if it does.
Make them your alarm. So that way you're really inclined to wake up like, holy shit.
No, my phone is like literally right next to my head when I sleep. I would love to not have a panic attack every time I wake up. Thanks.
But I'm happy to see Drew back. I love Drew. I know people are like, oh my god, that was so expected. Oh my god, he's so like
Not
overhyped.
really.
Whatever, dude. I'm happy.
I didn't
I
expect
saw
Drew to be
people on
back
Twitter
yet.
like bitching and complaining. I didn't expect him to be back either. People were like, "Oh my god, he's so overrated. He's so overhyped." I'm like, dude, just shut up. I'm
It's
happy he's back.
People do that with everybody, and you saying that kind of leads me to my next point. There's going to be a little rant here, so everyone bear with me. It's been a while. So Money in the Bank was in the O2 Arena in London. John Cena,
Yes.
my guy, made a cameo and was hyping up a possibility of WrestleMania in London. Now, the London
Yep.
crowd, they were great. Their chants were awesome. They were a fun crowd. It's like all of the crowds overseas and not in America are fantastic. Like, they're all doing great.
Yeah.
Uh, so, that happens on Saturday. And, Twitter, they decide, the people who, tribalism and everything needs to be AEW or WWE, you can't like both, everything correlates with each other. Oh, AEW does this, so WWE does this, WWE does this, so AEW does this. It's business, guys. That's what happens. So when WWE teased, nothing is literally confirmed, teases the idea of a Mania in London, which they kind of deserved. They earned it after Money in the Bank.
Yeah, at this point.
AEW fans, stands if you will, and just people on the internet. Oh, well, they saw that Wembley was doing numbers for All In, so. And when I hear that, it's not because AEW is having a London show. It's a business. It's a multi-million-dollar business that they are running, WWE, and the market for London and overseas. Why do you think they're consistently going overseas and out of the country? They are building this brand even further than it already is. That's what they do. So when people get online and, tweet out their things, and it irritates me to my core, because things don't have to correlate with each other. At all. At all, at all. Like, AEW's doing All In It. Great. Wembley. Y'all have fun. WWE wants to have a Mania in London. Cool. Yeah. Bring it on. It shouldn't matter that AEW's doing it first. I'm putting it in quotes for those who were listening on the audios, which Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. So, like, that's something that irritated me with this whole, teasing of Mania in London. And then on top of that, something, it didn't necessarily irritate me, it kind of just, like, irks me slightly. In the media scrum, media press conference, whatever you want to call it for WWE, they always do it after the pay-per-views, Triple H was in there, and he was like, why are there no ladies up in here? Like, the fuck? So, a lot of female podcasters and females in the wrestling business that are not, like, in the business that I follow, a lot of us have been tweeting that Triple H wants women. He will get women in that media room because representation of all kinds matters. Race, gender, everything. You need all of that in your media room for your talent to talk to and to get different perspectives on things. So I did fill out an application to possibly be in that media room for SummerSlam.
Imagine if you get to go, Katie. That'd be fucking awesome.
I would love the chance to. I know it's going to come down to sheer luck because we, the ShElite Showcase, I'm not with like Fightful or Wrestling News Co. I'm not with a radio station. We're small. We're not this huge entity of a podcast. So yeah, the possibility is slim of me even getting into that media room. But I'm still going to fucking try. And you're damn sure if I can't get it for SummerSlam, I'm going to try even harder in building this brand, this podcast that we have that I consistently want to elevate. I will be there for Payback because that's in my hometown. And if I'm not there to represent in some capacity, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't care if I don't even get to ask a question. Just being in there to have a woman's perspective of something. Those wrestling girls did it, and I'm so fucking proud of them for it, and I love the fact that they got to be in there a few times. Denise Salcedo is consistently in both media conference rooms, or press conferences. Like, it's little by little. So, like, whew, that's all the Twitter things that I've been dealing with recently. Yay for Mania possibility in London. Boo the people trying to make this about AEW when it's no concern. And boo the fact that there's less representation in the media rooms. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Jesus. Any takes on any of that, Shayna?
The only reason why I'm gonna say no is because, again, like, we're gonna try and get through this, and it's really starting to almost get unbearable in here. Like, it's really starting to get hot. Like, the fans aren't even working anymore, and it's like it has to be like 90 degrees in the house at this point. So
you are aware you can dip if you need to.
I don't want to dip though. I don't want to dip.
I'm just saying.
I want to be here.
All right. Well, we'll bust through this then. We'll make this a very short ShElite. We'll got this, guys.
We say that, but then it's gonna at least be an hour.
No. We're only at 20 so far. I only have 3 more things for. I know. I only have 3 more things for news and rumors. 20 minutes exactly.
Right, well, let's continue.
Eddie Kingston wins gold in New Japan.
Yes, he does.
The new
Yes, he does.
open weight champion. Correct.
Yes, New Japan strong openweight champion.
Yes, there are too many fucking
There's that one, and then there's. I was gonna say there's that one, and then there's the IWGP never open weight.
See, that's what I
He's the
originally wrote
strong.
down. I originally
No, it's the
wrote
strong
never,
champion.
which Warren told
No,
us what
because
the
never is
acronym
David
was.
Finley.
Oh, see, I don't watch it. There's too many titles. People talk about there's too many titles in AEW. There's too many titles in New Japan. Like shit.
Bro, because they have a big ass roster and they're always doing shit. Those titles are always being defended. Those titles are always changing hands. Those titles are being used. So I mean, yeah, there's a lot, but as long as you're using them, they're getting defended, and you can't complain there.
Yeah, honestly, like that's as long as they're consistently getting, yeah, excuse me, defended and all that fun stuff. My last two things. Wheeler Yuta, Utes, possibly got injured in his match with Kenny Omega yesterday.
Are you serious?
I saw.
Is that why there was like so many like people around him?
I think so. Well, so I
Like,
saw
after-
on Twitter a clip of Claudio kind of like looking kind of a little concerned, and the doctor, I don't know if it was Doc Samson or not, but one of the ringside doctors was down by Utes. He was kind of pointing at like his calf or his ankle. It was kind of hard to tell. And then so I saw that Twitter works mysterious ways sometimes. So I saw that video, and then right above it, it was like a 4-hour time difference, but all Wheeler Utes, he just tweets. All he tweets is shit. No context, no nothing. We don't know the extent of anything.
Dudes, please. I just tell him, brother, like, I need to know. Just rip it off like a band-aid.
I mean, they could very well, like, it was just last night, so they very well could just be waiting another day to get, like, a full diagnosis of something.
That is true, but, dude, we got blood and guts on the way, so.
See, Savannah, you always do this. Keep that in mind for the question of the week.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm just an expert. I can read your mind, Katie.
I mean, we've been doing it 2 years. If you haven't figured it out yet, then what am I doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
The last thing I have is we have another, former WWE superstar walking some runways. Mandy Rose. She walked the Miami swimwear runway. I believe it was last night. She looked great. Good for her. She joins Mercedes and Trinity as former WWE superstars walking some runways. We love our ladies. Represent fashion. Let's go.
Yes.
But that's all I had for news and rumors. Do you have anything?
Really? There's something that I wrote down, but I really thought you were gonna say it. We have another new champion. Happened at Independence Day this past week. We have a new women's strong openweight champion in the name of Julia from Stardom. She beat Willow Nightingale. It was a really good match. Nothing but positivity for both Willow and Julia. I'm curious to see what this means for, like, Julia in general, because, like, will she come to AEW? I kind of hope so. It would be cool to see her, like, putting it up against, obviously I would love to see her defend against some of the ladies in Stardom, but I would also love to see her in AEW putting that title against, like, other AEW women's wrestlers. But also, obviously, it's a bit of a reach right now because of injury, but I would love to see a match with her and Mercedes Moné, because, Mercedes did unfortunately get injured during the title match, so she didn't win the title, but I mean, she still, has unfinished business with the title at the same time. Because apparently she was supposed to be the first champion, so we'll see.
We will see. I remembered that happened, and then I forgot to write it down.
No, it's okay. I wrote it down, so it's cool. But yeah, we have a new
Glad you're here.
NGPW Strong Women's Champions.
Go for them. Go for Julia.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good show.
Was that the only
good show?
The only thing you had?
That's the only thing I have. Yes.
Well, perfect. Let's keep on trucking. Today in women's wrestling history, I should get graphics. I want to make this fancy. Maybe when we move to StreamYard, which will probably more than likely happen because I'm sick of OBS. But that won't be until later.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I can make a little something on After Effects. It won't be the biggest thing, but I can make a little something for women's wrestling history. But I don't know how we would be able to do it to show up. I guess that's something you would have to do on whatever the software's called.
So hold off on making it because after we get back from our 2-week hiatus in August, it's going to be a very strong possibility of us moving to StreamYard instead of dealing with
StreamYard,
OBS.
okay. Well, just let me know. You're usually good about
I
that.
100% will. I'm still trying to figure it out because then we won't have to. I won't have to pay for Zoom anymore, and it'll just all be through StreamYard. So
Right. Here we go.
to be determined. But today in women's wrestling history, today being July 6th, this is gonna shock some people. NWA Power from 2021.
Wow, I was not expecting them.
I know. Nobody was expecting this. I wanted to switch it up. They had one match for the women's on the card. It was Kylie Rae and Serena Deeb defeating Sky Blue and Thunder Rosa. I was like, good group.
I know all those names.
I know, good group of women. Probably was a great match. I didn't watch it obviously because like 5 people watch NWA, but good for them. Good for them. All right. Wrestlers of the week. I believe I go first.
Right? I think so too. So.
All right. Well, I have one tag team and then an honorable mention tag team. My actual tag team of the week. Y'all, if y'all have been watching, you know the gimmick. Even though they lost, I have to go with Team Ninja Party. Y'all know who it is. It's Caden and Katana. I mean, they're great. They are one of the best tag teams, women's tag teams in WWE right now, hands down. I love the fact that they got the shine in that tag team turmoil debacle match, whatever you want to call it, on Monday. Obviously they lost to Sonya Deville and, as Samantha says, Chelsea Green, which is my favorite thing she does. I love that woman to pieces. She is a gem. And then my honorable mention, which might end up being your tag team, I'm not sure, so I'll keep it brief. It has my mans. I have to go everyone's favorite rap bastard and Adam Cole, baby. But
why?
I'll let Savannah do the majority of the talking for that.
Yes. Yeah. So my pick, I do have 2 as well. One of them, I mean, one half of this tag team made fucking history at Money in the Bank. I'm talking about We the Ones. You can't see my finger. We the Ones. The Usos. When I say Usos, y'all say oh. They not only won in a fucking awesome tag team against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, but Jey Uso did something that hasn't been done in over 1,000 days, or I think it was longer. But I think since they said sometime in 2019, December of 2019, is that right? This is what the last time Roman Reigns' shoulders were pinned to the mat. That was before Rona. I was a fresh high school graduate, and I'm damn near about to graduate college now. You know, what else happened in 2019? I'm trying to think. Like, before the start of the new decade, you know, AEW was absolutely fresh. Like, not even 6 months old. It was like only 3 months old. Like, crazy, crazy, crazy shit that happened. So, yeah. I mean, and now Roman Reigns has been pinned for the first time since. So, Usos first pick. Second pick, as Katie mentioned, yes. I was talking earlier, which is why you should join before. You should join live, and you should join before we start actually officially recording. I was talking about how much I absolutely love the duo of Adam Cole and MJF. I really want this shirt, but I know that tag team isn't gonna last, so I'm just gonna hold off. I mean, because again, Pro Wrestling Tees, Shop AEW, their shirts are $30, like just starting price, and that's before shipping, tax, handling, whatever the fuck. So I'm like, is it really worth it? So I don't know yet. But anyways, I love the duo. I love they had a little video package of them working out. It was hilarious. You know, Adam Cole's just so adorable. They celebrated his birthday, which was yesterday, on Wednesday. It was actually his birthday.
It was.
MJF threw him a little surprise party. You know, he brought out the hats, which Adam Cole looked so adorable in. He got him cake. And then eventually Adam Cole did thank MJF for the whole thing. But I know this isn't going to end well. MJF's probably going to stab him in the back at some point. Yeah. But I'm gonna live in the moment. I'm gonna enjoy this duo while it's still here because it's just amazing. I love that they work really well together, and they did win their tag team match last night. So I mean, they can count as my tag team pick. I think even regardless, they would have probably at the very least gotten an honorable mention because again, that video package was hilarious. And
Again, sorry.
I was just gonna say that that there was a part during Dynamite where um Adam Cole was checking on Roderick Strong. They're like getting a little updates from Doc Samson after Roderick Strong, faced Samoa Joe at Collision or whatever. And Roddy's trying to warn, Adam Cole, like, I don't trust him and stuff. And he's like, dude, I don't trust him. But then he's like, oh, it's Max. He texted me. I'm like, oh, he's getting reeled in. He's getting reeled in.
Everyone's
But
favorite rat bastard.
I love the dude. So he's a rat bastard, but God.
Allison said they're the most amazing tag team I never knew I needed. MJF and Adam Cole.
Right? Like, and also I don't know how long this was been a thing for, but I'm just now realizing that MJF calls his fans devil worshippers, which I'm like, that's pretty smart. I like that. That's a pretty smart, like, name for his followers, the devil worshippers.
I mean, it only makes
but
sense.
You can't say that out of context, or else people are gonna be like, what?
Yeah, very true.
But yes. But yes, I do love. I hate to say it, I'm probably like half a devil worshiper because shit. I love that rat bastard, but fuck, I know I probably shouldn't.
I mean, it's fine. My womans, I have one. Even though. Okay, so she technically lost the tag team match at Money in the Bank, but she turned on Ronda, and then on Monday, Shayna fucking smoked her, cooked her on the mic, said, "Please, we don't want to hear you butcher yourself on the mic anymore." Talking about how Ronda made Shayna lose her love for this business. How Shayna put in the work and got her into WWE through the back door. Like Ronda came scooting through the back door to Mania. Shayna was telling zero lies, and this is the Shayna I want. And kind of with this, I didn't mention it in News and Rumors because I was going to bring it up here. Apparently, the rumor is that Ronda may be leaving WWE soon, for good. Darn.
Like the Loki meme. So sad. Anyway, it's like the Loki meme. So sad. Anyway.
So sad. So anyways, Shayna Baszler, baby. This is the Shayna I love. This is the Shayna I wanted. I didn't want her with Ronda anymore. This is what we needed. This is the Shayna. This is NXT Shayna.
I was thinking exactly, but I was thinking, I'm like, is this supposed to be a heel turn? I'm like, because everyone's fucking loving Shayna Baszler. I'm like, this is a face turn if anything.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Shayna turned face. They're just not gonna let us believe it.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's a good pick. Good pick. It was unexpected. I was not expecting that to happen, but I'm not complaining that it happened.
I will never complain that.
But
it
anyways, yeah, exactly. So, my pick, I have two. One is our new Miss Money in the Bank. Like how Katie mentioned, she is the second longest women's holder of the briefcase. It's absolutely crazy. But Io Sky, I wonder who she's gonna cash in on. I genuinely wonder. Like, maybe Asuka.
I mean, she had a
maybe
brief interaction with Rhea backstage.
Yeah, that is true. But I don't know, man. They're WWE is unpredictable sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not saying all the time.
Occasionally.
Sometimes. But occasionally they'll bring out some surprises. Like John Cena, I didn't know he was fucking coming.
Oh my god, I cried. I was like, no way. I was like, John's not here. Cried. It's fine. Anyways.
Yeah, no, it's a lie. But yeah, anyways. But yeah, I mean, but who knows? Maybe Bayley will cross over on that. Has there been a woman who's failed to cash? I don't think any of the women have failed to cash in.
And they continuously bring up the fact that women are 100% successful in cashing in the Money in the Bank, so Bayley's gonna fucking screw her.
That's crazy. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I mean, a Bailey and Io feud, like a blood feud, I would not be upset at.
I'd be okay with it.
That would be some good shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Well, maybe they'll have their match at, well, depending on when Io attempts to cash in. Maybe it'll be at SummerSlam.
yeah. Allison.
Ooh, at SummerSlam, and then at
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I want on Asuka. But anyways, I was gonna say Katie because you're going to both. She attempts to cash in and fails because of Bailey at SummerSlam, and then at the pay per view called what is it? Oh yeah, Payback. We have Io versus Bailey. So
I'd be okay with that. That works for me.
insane. But anyways, so yeah, and then my other one I mentioned earlier, News and Rumors, new NJPW Strong Women's Champion. Julia, love that girl. She's absolutely amazing. She deserves the title. You know, also massive props to Willow because again, like I always say, it takes two to tango. And you know what? I cannot wait to see what Julia does with that title. I hope she comes to AEW. I hope she puts that against line on any woman who tries to stand in her way. So, to any woman who tries to stand in her way, I say good luck.
Could be her and Tony at All In.
It very well could be. I was talking about this with a friend. I'll elaborate a little more detail like later, but we were talking about how maybe like at All In is probably where we might get the official Homegrowns versus Outcasts.
Ooh,
Because
maybe.
it's maybe because Jamie, if she is cleared by then, hopefully she is. Her and Soraya are both from the UK, so they could really be again like the leaders of the teams.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about like bring back stadiums because it is Wembley Stadium, so bring back Stadium Stampede for that. Like that would be cool. Stadium Stampede with the women, the homegrowns versus the outcasts. And better yet, make it an elimination match where like you have to pin each member. Just saying. Book it, Tony. You'll be Booker of the Year if you book that. At least that'll put you higher in contention.
That's not a bad idea.
You're welcome.
That. Okay, I fuck with it.
But I'm not Booker of the Year, so it might not happen.
Yeah, we're not Booker of the Year.
No, we're not.
My manses. I only have one, and I didn't choose the tag team. I chose the Prophet, the man who pinned Roman Reigns after 1,000+ days of being unpinned. The man who will dethrone Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, it has to be. It has to be in.
Main event, Jey Uso. This man has been dealing with this menace of the tribal chief for 3 years. And it's only fitting that he be the one to pin Roman, and he used the same kick out Roman used on him in one of their matches with the low blow to kick out. It was little things like that. The PTSD Jey has been going through for fucking years. The storytelling's great. Solo's about to turn on Roman too. You can see it in the man's eyes. The world is crumbling down around Roman, and it is some of the best storytelling I have seen in freaking years. And I'm so ecstatic.
For sure.
And I love Jey Uso, and I want nothing but the best for main event Jey Uso. So Jey Uso is my pick of the week.
Yeah. Excellent pick. Excellent pick.
Thank you.
Like last week, I just couldn't narrow it down. I have 3 picks. Actually, no, I'll make it 2 in an honorable mention. Honorable mention goes to Jon Moxley because at Independence Day he had what was the match called? It was called like Final Death or something like that. It was a death match, and it was fucking intense. I don't know if you all seen that picture circling around with Mox having like the skewers in his fucking head. Yeah, that made me wanna. Yeah, I almost wanted to puke watching that, but oh my god, this dude is fucking crazy. I know everyone likes to fuck with him, including myself, about how much he bleeds, but dude, like this dude's fucking intense. He is not afraid of anything. I feel like some of the shit that he does is afraid of him more than he is afraid of it. It's just crazy what this guy will put himself through, and I have mad respect for that. So shout out to him. But my 2 picks, number 1, again, new champion. Finally, Eddie Kingston got some gold. You know, he is the new NJPW Strong Heavyweight or Openweight champion, and it was long overdue, well deserved. It is something that he has always wanted. You could just tell how freaking grateful and excited he was to finally have that title in New Japan. And now he's going to compete in the G1, so I'm fucking excited for that too. So we stand Eddie, we love Eddie, and we're happy for Eddie here. So
Facts.
love that for him. And yesterday, of course, I mean, come on now. I mean, I'm wearing the shirt. You can't see his beautiful face, but it's there. I have a bunch of little hymns behind me. It is the best belt machine, the cleaner. What he's not really exactly the cleaner, but the one winged angel, the best belt machine. I already said that. Kenny, by God, main event Omega. Don's wet dream, but also wet nightmare because he just can't seem to get Kenny out of his head. He's always trying to fuck with him. He can't keep Kenny's name out of his mouth. It's almost like certain individuals about Hangman Page. It's just crazy. So he main evented. He won the match. I thought he was gonna lose. I'm like, they just fucking hate Kenny in Canada. Tony just does not want to see Kenny win in Canada. But nope, that was wrong. He won the match. He of course got attacked, but the Elite came out to save the day. It was really cool. So yeah, of course, and it was a good match. You know, Wheeler Yuta and Kenny Omega just had really good in-ring chemistry, and I really loved the performance they put on. So yeah, Kenny Omega.
Let's see now.
I think it's been a while since.
Okay, sorry.
I was just gonna say really quick. I think it's been a while since Kenny Omega. Maybe it hasn't been. Actually, that probably hasn't been that long since Kenny Omega was. Actually, no. It was just like a couple weeks ago.
It was literally a Forbidden Door. Savannah.
Yeah. No. Never mind. I was like, I don't know when the last time Kenny Omega was. It was literally like 2 weeks ago. It feels like it's been longer, but I don't know.
Time's not real, honey. It's okay.
But yeah, Kenny Omega. Yeah, time isn't real. Anyway.
So I'm kind of happy you brought up Kenny. So, the theme that we've kind of been hinting at here and there is blood and guts. They did confirm it. It will be the BBC, as we name them, the Blackpool Combat Club, taking on the Elite. However, there are some caveats here. Look at me using big words again. The All-American Nightmare Dragon Jake Long, Bryan Danielson, is out, and so he's out with a broken arm. And Utes could potentially be out, to be determined. So that leaves at least one open, if not two open spots on the BCC, because it is 5v5. And then on the Elite side, all members of the Elite, so the Bucks, Kenneth, and Hangman, but Eddie Kingston will not be on their team because he is competing in the G1 Classic. So, who do we think will be the mystery participants, I guess, in the Blood and Guts match? Now, if you just have one for Team BCC, then go for it, because again, Utes is technically up in the air right now. Sweetheart, they're not gonna
stay. I'm gonna make them stay. But
this is why you watch the videos.
Yeah, you'll know what to do.
And then, so for Team Elite, they're, I guess, so like
it's pretty obvious. I don't know.
They taped Rampage after Dynamite, and someone released a clip on Twitter saying that the last person on Team Elite is one of those other calls Kenny made to, or like outside, I don't remember like the exact phrasing. So one of those friends that Kenny was talking about a few weeks ago, and then that they have a love for the Elite and the business. So, oh gee, I wonder who it could possibly be. If it's not Kota Ibushi, I'm going to be the most shocked person in the world.
Yeah, if Tony Khan and Kota Ibushi all together hate us, I'm just kidding. If Kota's not ready to go, I don't blame them. Okay, if they don't like us for the moment and they don't want us to have nice things, fine. But I honestly think that if not, by some miracle, if it's not, I'm just gonna put one. You know what? Sorry, Nick, but it's gonna be Matt. But anyways,
rude.
If by some freaking catastrophe it's not Kota Ibushi, maybe, just maybe, it'll be Okada. But again, I'm really dead set that it's Ibushi. But again, if they hate us, then okay, maybe it won't be Ibushi. and I will put my money on Okada afterwards. But I think I'm pretty sure everyone is dead set on Ibushi, so I'll
Yeah.
just keep it at him. Maybe Okada, but no, it has to be Ibushi.
So
For the Blackpool, oh sorry,
no, I was gonna say so we definitely know it's gonna be Ibushi if unless some
and
fuckery happens.
and it's gonna be the Elite Platinum. I keep saying that. I'm gonna call claims on that. I call dibs. All right. I'm gonna call them that and tag the Bucks and tag Kenny and tag Hangman and tag everyone
Okay.
on Twitter, Instagram, fucking Threads because that's a thing now.
Oh god,
TikTok.
there's
I'm gonna
so many
call.
things.
I claim Elite Platinum. That is my shit. All right, because it's Golden Elite with just the Bucks and Kenny and Ibushi. But you throw Hangman in, they're fucking platinum. So it's Elite Platinum.
Better trademark that shit, girl. So
But anyway,
for Team BCC, I'll say it correctly. Who are we thinking?
I've seen rumors that maybe Chris Hero, but or people saying it should be Chris Hero, which I mean I wouldn't mind. Maybe Shooter because that's Mox's son. That's a little protege. I don't actually. I think he's competing in the junior team. He is, but well, hold on a sec. Well, fuck. It depends on what block he's in. Because if his block isn't the day of or the day after, then maybe it could be Shooter. But I don't know. It really just depends on the timing. I saw rumors actually that okay, Yuta aside, we're gonna pretend that Yuta's still good to go.
Yeah.
But I saw that maybe, because Don Callis did go up to him yesterday and offered him a spot in his family. Chris Jericho? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Because why would Don Callis? I mean, he got Takeshita to join his family and the BCC or whatever the fuck, and that cost the Elite their match. So of course, I feel like if Don's involved, then it might happen. So maybe it'll be Chris Jericho, but especially because people were talking about oh, he's never missed a blood and guts match, which I mean, it's true. Chris has been in all of them, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, maybe we're gonna keep the record going, keep the streak going, and have Jericho. But I don't know. I honestly am very clueless about. It's crazy how it's very predictable on the Elite side, but then on the Blackpool Combat side, it's I have no fucking clue.
It's so unpredictable. It's ridiculous. Plot twist: CM Phil. Just imagine the outrage that would happen.
Well, yeah, I do agree with the outrage, but
so funny.
I'm genuinely curious to see and to hear also, even more listen than anything, how the crowd's gonna react because they're not gonna be in Canada anymore. So of course, when they were in Canada, he got the shit booed out of him because of course Kenny's from Canada, so of course they were booing him. But
it's gonna be in Jersey, isn't it?
Boston. It's gonna be in Boston, but it's in that, and that's what I'm saying. It's in that area. And if you remember, it was Newark when the Elite returned, and they were not only were fucking excited as hell, but they were singing along. They were super happy, and they cued fuck CM Punk chants during the match. So I'm kind of wonder what the New England Northeast area in general feels about Punk, or if it differentiates depending on where you are. Because again, in Jersey, they were for the Elite. They were excited for the Elite, but now they're going to be in Boston. Who knows? Maybe it'll be different. I don't know. But again, it's just that first one. Phil just has to be the partner. We don't even know. But I guess if he shows up anyway for Blood, well, it is technically a Dynamite thing, and they've been really adamant on keeping them separate, keeping Punk on Collision. He showed up on Dynamite, but that's because it was in Chicago.
Exactly.
So we'll see. We'll just have to see. If I'm thinking AEW wise, AEW/Ring of Honor wise, again, I'm still pretty stuck. I really don't know who else it could be. It is hard because they've made a lot of enemies, but also at the same time, maybe will John bring some heels from New Japan? Maybe.
I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
You know, right? I don't know who. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know, but why don't you all tell us in the comments or tweet at us who you think will be the mystery partners?
Probably a better guess than us, other than Ibushi.
Ibushi's dead set. There's no other way. But who do you think will be the mystery partner and or partners, depending on Yuta's condition by then? Hopefully we get word next week of what's going on with him. Because again, if it's leg, that sucks. That's so many injuries with the legs recently, and I don't like it. So, to be determined on Utes, but let us know who you think the partner or partners, possibly, potentially, could be for the Blackpool Combat Club in Blood and Guts. With that, that is the end of ShElite Showcase. Savannah, guess what? I kept it under an hour. I told you so.
All right.
I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 3 years. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. We greatly appreciate it. Savannah, tell the people where they can find you, what you've been working on, what you just posted up on the YouTube channel that I happened to see when I clicked on the YouTube earlier.
It was kind of like impulsive. I was just like, whatever, I just needed it up because it was like getting late last night, and I'm like, I still haven't edited. Like, whatever, just put it up whenever. So yeah, sorry, that was completely unannounced. But you can find me on you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter, maybe Threads. I might sell out to it. At Y2Garcia _. If there's no underscore, it's not me. That mistake has been made. What I'm working on, or what I just worked on, like I said, I did a crossover between my two shows, the New Japan Takeover Fuse, as in a combination of the Fuse and New Japan Takeover, as a way to kind of like get the ball rolling on my two shows that I have taken a break from. So we did a recap on Forbidden Door. You should go check it out, especially because we are going to be on this break. I want to try and put more content out, not just from my shows, but also some shorts, because again, I've been going to a lot of local wrestling shows. I'm pretty sure they will appreciate the publicity as well. So even though we only have the 200 subscribers, it's still publicity.
201.
But 201. Thank you. But that being said, I need to talk to Katie about how to post shorts. I'm still kind of struggling, but I want to post some from there. I got some pretty dope videos. I mean, follow me on Instagram. You'll see some freaking cool videos that I got from this past show that I went to. I almost got killed because, I was sitting in the front row and wrestlers got thrown out, and one of them was my favorite. It was really fun. So yeah, and I want to post the videos from that I took. So I need to just figure that out. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's what I got, and I want to try and put more episodes of both shows out. So be on the lookout for those.
Very good. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieRussell13. The link to my about all things ShElite Showcase. Twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. Typically Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern. You can see us live. Hey, hello. YouTube.com/ShElite Showcase, where you can watch these shorts that Savannah will eventually post, and the newest episode of the New Japan Takeover, like the Fusion. And that top 5 women's champions from the 2000 So Now panel that I did last 2 weeks ago at this point, I think. God, it's been a while. So you can check all of that stuff out. If you want to just, listen again, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And while you're checking everything out, check out Heel Tactics _ Justin, Jalen on the beat. That's our guy. Mans creates Sunday Night Heats, where he remixes themes of current and past superstars. Check that out. He made every show on this channel. He has made the beats for. He is incredible. We love him to pieces. We truly appreciate him and everything he does. So please go check him out. All of his information is always in the description, in the video and the audio, because we help our homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But thank you guys so much for watching and listening. I'm already starting to sweat. It's hot as fucking here. Savannah's gonna.
I'm starting to sweat. My computer's about to, you're starting to slow down. So, let's send it.
Alright, guys. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, we both don't explode. Till then.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.